Welcome to this online Ask Me Anything. As an online business owner, I've been doing this for 20 years. And right now, we're doing an Ask Me Anything. You can ask me anything about my online business. You can ask me anything about what's going on in the Unlaunch Method workshop and my proven strategies and methodologies for actually creating a social media sales machine for your business. Who you're posting to on social media, what you're posting on social media, how you're turning social media followers into clients, and really how to make money doing the whole thing. So many people go out online and they start this business and they'll be like, oh, I'll figure out how to make money later. I'll figure it out later. Hey, Andy. Hey, Nigel. So nice to see everybody as you're coming to hang out with me today on this AMA. I'm going to open this up too. I have a very unique experience being an online business owner. And that is, I've been posting online as a business owner for the last 20 years. Hey, Joe, in January of this year, I had the opportunity to be on a Netflix reality show. Oh, thank you, Nigel. Thank you so much. Looking and sounding great. Appreciate that. And so I was put into this situation where I was hanging out with a lot of social media influencers. Many of those individuals that I was on the Netflix reality show on are influencers. They have hundreds and thousands of followers. But here's the key when it comes to making money in your online business is if you don't have a plan, you will definitely not make money. If your idea is I'm going to do a content drop and run and not interact with anybody and not understand how to make money, and I'm just putting content out there without a plan, then that's exactly what you're going to get from it is absolutely nothing. Because is what you need to know about building an online business with social media in 2024 and beyond is that it is harder than it ever has been before. Okay. This is just to make my point. You interview young kids today, they all want to be a freaking social media influencer. Adults are doing the same thing. We all want to be online business owners. So you really have got to look at how competitive it is. And that if you think you can guess your way into figuring this out, you are sorely mistaken. And all I want for you is to know the truth. And I don't want to be, upsetting anyone here, but if you don't have the 3 S's, which I've talked about in my workshop this week, a strategy and a system and a focus on sales, doesn't matter if you're an influencer, they're not making money online. The influencers aren't. So posting like an influencer isn't going to do it for you. You got to post like a business owner. When you follow my strategies and you do that, you have no problem building a high quality audience of people online. So here's what you need to do right now. Applications are open to work with myself and my team. We don't open these up often. Fill out an application. Emily is going to drop it right here in the comments. You're going to go to lindsayaa.com/coaching. Fill out an application. Based on your application, we invite some to get on what's called a Millionaire Maker Breakthrough Strategy Session call with me. This is 50 minutes. I have some very pointed questions that I ask you. And the entire point of this call is for you to get clarity around where you're at, clarity around where the gaps are in your business, and the next steps in order to do it. Those are the 3 things you're going to get. You're going to talk to a 20-year veteran expert who has seen it all. I've seen it all online. I've seen the low-cost courses. I've seen the lead magnets that don't go anywhere. I see the poor business owners that put all of their life into their business and they don't have any income or revenue for all of their hard work. I see experts who struggle to make it online, even though you meet them in person and they can close and they get clients in person, but putting them online is an entirely different situation. If you want someone with that vast wealth of experience looking at your business and getting you clarity around where you are, what your gaps are, and what your next steps are, you need to apply to work with us by going to lindsayaa.com/coaching. I don't invite everybody for that call. Either way, we will get an answer back to you and tell you what your next best step is. That's what this business game is, guys. It is taking your next best step every day. Don't be like a lot of business owners that I talk to that are stuck in the past and all the things that happened in their past, and they're letting their past dictate what needs to happen today. Or they're like, I'll figure it out in the future, in the future, in the future. And their brain is in the future, and they're not doing what they need to do today in order to build a business. And this isn't the sexiest thing that you've ever been told about building an online business, but I will tell you this, is that it's true. It may not be sexy. It may not get your mouth watering so you want to get on a call with me, but it is reality. Okay? It is reality, and you need a plan, you need a strategy, you need a system, and you need sales in order to actually make this work. And you're not going to be able to figure it out on your own. You need professionals. It's too competitive. AI, half the videos that come up on my feed and say yes in the comments, if you understand what I'm saying here. Hi, everybody. So nice to see you. So nice to see you. Okay. Say yes in the comments about AI. If AI is on your radar as far as scaling your business, if you don't know, if you're trying to like ostrich this, where you put your head in the sand and pretend that AI is not coming at you, the online landscape changed in 2 times. Okay. First, when Apple cut off Facebook's access and you couldn't retarget as well anymore. There was a Facebook Apple update that changed the ads situation forever. And the second one is AI. AI is going to change everything. So things that were working will no longer work. And I don't want for you to be like, oh no, all the marketing that I was doing was working, because you don't have a plan ahead and you're not weaving and bopping and weaving for what's happening in online business. Okay. I use it for designing journals, clients, logos, etc. Great. Something else I want you to know for filling out that application. Then we're going to get to the AMA. So if you have questions, I'm open. The online business building is on the book, like anything. My personal, like how I personally handle things is, you can ask me questions about that. You can ask me questions about the trust. I'm happy to entertain a few of those. So get your questions in. Emily's here helping. But I want to mention one more thing as we approach. It's April 15th. I have ran an online business for the last 20 years. I help hundreds of other people do the same thing. This is what your year looks like. Okay. You have 6 weeks. It's April 15th. You have 6 weeks before we hit June 1st. Okay. Once you hit June 1st, things start getting a little bit more difficult. There's obstacles online. And if you don't have a system and you haven't done the right things in these 6 weeks in order to meet summer where it's at, and to also be able to enjoy some of your time, like invest 6 weeks to have a killer summer, or don't make these right decisions for the next 6 weeks. You keep doing what you're doing for the next 6 weeks and not getting the results that you want for the next 6 weeks, and being full of chaos and things are not working. You can do that for 6 weeks. Then you're going to hit June. When June hits, things become more complicated. If you don't have a plan and a strategy and a system in place, wherever you're at now, it'll be worse in June, because people will have every reason to not invest with you. They'll do it later. They want to go spend time with the kids. Summer's just slow. Plan for it. Then after summer, you have September and October to really get some sales in, and then you're into the holidays. So if you don't have a system right now, 6 weeks out from go time, I would be feeling a little anxious if your goals are big. Now, one way to get on the straight and narrow and know what those tasks are that you should be doing in the 6 weeks is certainly getting on, filling out that application. Okay. If we accept you for the next call, that's complimentary with me. We will get you on that call and we will outline this. For those that don't qualify for that call with me, don't worry. We've got you covered in that situation as well. Do not worry. Okay. So fill it out. Emily, drop it again. It's lindsaya.com/coaching. Let's hop into these questions. And I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm everywhere. It's really great to see everybody. How many weeks from now should the first IO event? Now, this is coming across as a Facebook user, so I cannot address you by name. However, how many weeks out? So here is what you need to know about an invite-only event. When you come into my programs, okay, we're going to have a kickoff call where you and I set these dates. So there's a big depends, although it is critical that you set these dates with somebody who is strategic and you put them on the calendar. Please sit down right now at April 15th and put all these dates on the calendar. I do that when somebody when somebody works with me. The very first meeting is strategic planning, planning out the dates. Okay. What do you need going into an IO event? Well, obviously, you need an audience. If you have an audience and an ecosystem that knows you, okay, your IO event, it needs a title. Now, for those that don't know, an IO event is how you're going to get people off of social to work with you. It's a very special masterclass, very special, that highlights you as an expert, acts like a group sales calls, and gets those highly qualified individuals so they're ready for your phone call. So when you get on, you can truly prescribe. And so you need an audience. And we all here's the thing about an IO event, an invite only event, is everybody here listening to me has 20 people they can invite to an IO event. Now, the secret of the IO event is you don't publicly announce this, because if I'm given the same workshop every week, every Thursday, people will be like, I'll just join you next Thursday. So you invite people through the DMs, through other ways. You invite people. Okay. So if you have 20 people to invite, you probably want to invite 40. Okay. 20 people will RSVP. We beat all benchmarks and you get a 50% show up rate when you do this right. And then you'll get half of those guys to get on a sales call with you. And these, if you know anything about digital marketing benchmarks, nothing better than a 50% show up rate. Most launches and webinars, it's going down, down, down with the competition and with AI, but you're lucky if you get 10%. On our IO events, when you do them this way, they're rinse and repeat. You never have to redo your marketing. It's an iterative approach. And you don't need these big audiences for a launch and stuff like that. So, and our show up rates are really, really stellar. So if you have 40 people you can invite, which my guess is you do, and a part of this is practice. You want to be practicing. So go put it on the calendar. Get 3 IO events on the calendar. Okay. I don't know who I'm talking to. I wish I did. But Facebook user, how many weeks from now? I would say do that. You're going to title it. Okay. And you're gonna watch the training from the Unlaunch Method workshop to do the content in this way. And if you feel confident about that, it's time to start reaching out and get doing this thing. So how far out? When people are in my program, we have a fair amount of pre-work to do so that we don't waste time. We don't waste money. We know exactly how to title that thing. We know exactly what content we should be addressing so that we, like, out of the gate, it's almost like you've done 100 reps. Because fact is, to become an expert at anything, you have to do 100 reps. When you get someone's help, like mine on an IO event, like it's like you've done 100 reps because we know what that content should be. Okay. Oh, Cooley. Great. Cooley, I think you're super close to that. Okay. You've got to understand what that title is. And then you got to make a list of everybody you want to reach out to. We can talk more. Cooley, I know you and I are on a Millionaire Maker Breakthrough Strategy session tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. Okay. Great question. Great question. So if you're in my program, you can get that going within the first month. Okay. If not, who are you talking to? What are you saying? What are you covering? What are these problems? You're going to have to figure that out. So I don't know a time on that. I don't know a time frame on that. So great to hear from you. Let me know if you have any other questions, because this is an AMA. I can answer trust questions. I can answer business questions. I can answer unlaunch method questions. So we had a few others that came in. Okay. Oh, wait, here it is. 1 second. We'll do this one. Now I'm all confused. Sorry, Emily. Okay. Next question. What is your client success rate? How many of the people you work with you succeed in applying your system so they make money? Okay. So here's the situation. My programs, my programs are everywhere from $150,000 a year. That's done for you, where we actually do your marketing, critique your IO events, make sure you have a sales and marketing system that you can grow with. And we have our hands in it and we train you, because there's some training you have to do. That kind of program where we are really in your business is closer to $150K a year. But I have programs all the way down to $2,500. And it just depends on what you need. You'll want to get on a call. But as far as success rates go, honestly, this is what I will tell you even on a call. Okay. You come in and do the work It will 1000% work. If you do not get an ROI on my programs and you're doing the work, and the way I have my programs set out, it is step by step, baby. Okay. Like we know, like it is obvious that you're not doing, like you have to get out of your own way. So we have systems and processes to keep you in line and make sure that you're following the system. It's about trusting the system and then you'll understand. So I would say, okay, if you come in and work, it will work. So percentage wise, I have tons of testimonials out there. Right now, coming to mind isn't anybody that I can think of that didn't come in and easily make an ROI on a marketing and sales system. Not only look at an ROI just when you're in a program like this, but over the course of a lifetime. Like we're talking some major life-changing money here. So hundreds of people have went through it. It works. Okay. Here's the next question. Great questions, you guys. Nice to see you. My name is Bilquis. I know you said the methods work on all platforms. Do you have a suggestion for deciding the best platform to focus building on? So where you want to start. So momentum. Momentum is the key word for what social media works best. Okay. So number one, where do you have momentum? Do you know of anybody anywhere? Okay. Like, are you kind of friends with people who can connect with you, people who will like your content? You got to decide that first. So if you have a good start on Facebook personal, I have found can be a really good option because you know people, you're interacting with people. Facebook personal is also a great way to do my digital networking, my virtual networking, and my black booking method, where you're reaching out and actually having conversations with people. Content will not work if you do a content drop and run and you're actually not interacting with people. If your content sucks and it's not driving clients, it's because you're not interacting. And so, what platform? Facebook personal, if you know a lot of people on there, if you already have some momentum, start there. It's also really useful for Facebook groups. Is useful because you can go and find your target client in a Facebook group. You can become well known out there, offer free guidance. I have people who just use that strategy. Facebook personal, Facebook group, that's where they're building their biome and they implement the rest of the systems. That's a great place to start. Now, some other people have a following on LinkedIn, and that's also where your higher ticket clients are. Okay. Your C-suite clients, your career-based clients, those kind of individuals, those type A people, those guys are on LinkedIn. This is also a great place to start. Okay. Instagram is more visual. It is more visual. So, get some Canva templates going for yourself. And then TikTok is more of an audience builder. It's not as good at converting. So if you are using TikTok, and same with YouTube, either of these, they're not as good at converting. So you really want to have another social media platform that you're driving people to have the DMs, because it's about conversations in the DMs. TikTok, while it has the DMs, it is more known as a big fat audience builder. Okay. That's where you're going to get even more traction. And then because it doesn't have like a DM feature, YouTube, you can't really have these conversations with YouTube followers. So Nigel, what are your favorite business books have I read and why? You know what? Hold on. I'll share them with you. Here's what I'm reading right now. Or these are the books I always have out. Nigel, great question. Okay. This is just what I'm looking at right now. Because I read books all about like based on a problem. So you always got your classic Atomic Habits. If you haven't read Atomic Habits or you don't know it, foundational, especially when it comes to business building, especially the way that I like to build businesses. A really great way, a step-by-step approach. Instead, instill good habits in your business and around social media so that you're always nurturing and building an audience every day. Task equals a big business, very similar to Atomic Habits. Okay. Next, gotta love any Alex Hermosi. Him and I have a very similar way. He approaches marketing in a very similar way as I do. In this book, 100 Million Leads, all he talks about is you need more of an audience. You will eventually run out of an audience. Okay. This is like if you work on referrals or anything, if you are not always constantly focused on audience building, you're going to have a problem. So it's another reason why you need to get on my call, because we got to start building your audience. And that ecosystem always needs to be expanding. Okay. This one, finite and infinite games. This is what else. Okay. It's not about the social media post. It's about like 60 social media posts and how it performs over a year. Most people are focused on the finite game in life and in business. Okay. And then productize. This is a good one. All about systems. Systems, guys. We're all computer programs. You make computer program yourself and your business to be like doing the right things and profitable things for you. So great question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, if you haven't had a chance to fill out that application, once spots, you're welcome, Nigel. Once spots are gone with me, they are gone. Highly recommend that you hop on that call with me. Let's see where your gaps are. Let's get you some clarity around your business and how you're actually going to crush those goals in 2024. I outlined it for you. Okay. This one. How do you get, this is a good one. I'm glad this one was asked. When you get on an enrollment call or a sales call and someone says that they can't afford you, okay? What do you say? So I call this my co-creation technique. So if I have walked them through my script and I've got their symptoms and I've got their problems and I am ready to make my prescription, that's how we handle sales calls in this world, okay? And I'm ready to make my diagnosis and prescription, then, okay, by that time, I kind of already know what is going on. Like I can already kind of guess about what's going on. But if they're a good customer and I know I can help them and I'm very confident, then it will become time to offer them the program. I will offer them the program. They're like, I don't know. Now, if you are at a place in your business where you really just need revenue and a good client that can get from point A to point B, that you're confident can get you a good testimonial and will be a pleasure to work with, then you can use my co-creation method. So the next words out of my mouth would be, oh, I understand that you're saying that it is too expensive for you. Would you be open to co-creating something together? And then they will say yes. And then you'll say, well, how much would you be willing to invest in a program that would take you from point A to point B? Let's start there. And then you can actually get a number from them to see what you're working with. And this is always a really great way. If you need more revenue, you want to close those customers in, you want to bring them in, okay, you always go with the co-creation method. Now, something else that you really need to know about this, okay, which is when people object, they're going to be like, oh, I can't afford it. It's too expensive. And then they'll do a nervous laugh or they'll do some sort of tell to let you know there's actually more there. Another option, or a really great option, anytime they say that or you hear that nervous laughter, is to simply say, can you tell me more about that? I hear that you said that money has always been an issue for you. Can you tell me more about that? Hear what they say, and then you will be able to really understand what their objection is. Because the fact is, people go into these calls, they have their regular old objections that they don't have to be thinking about because it's like a seatbelt. I know what I'm going to say. And you've got to get them to the unseen, the part that hasn't come out yet. And when we can do that, and when we can put words to what they're thinking, that is how clarity is received. And that is how you will be able to make more sales calls. Okay. All right. Here's another one. This is really great. Low cost offers. Lindsay, why do you hate low cost offers so much? I hate low cost offers. Okay. That doesn't mean I don't use them and that there's not a place for them. But low cost offers, just so we're all on the same page. And if you have a low cost offer, say yes. I want to hear from you. But a low cost offer is any of those $77 programs or memberships that are like less than $100. Okay. Less than $1,000 even. Okay. And people will always gravitate to those. They'll take Stu McLaren's membership site training, and they'll get all excited to have this $1 million membership, okay, where they're selling a $57 program. But here is what you don't know. And I don't think you'll believe me if I tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And it is this. It is as hard to sell a $97 product as it is to sell a $5,000 product. You have to know who you're talking to, what you are saying, what you are clearly selling, and the pain points. People are not just going to throw their money at you in either scenario. And so, if you're going to do that kind of work to get people to buy something from you, you may as well go with the $5,000 one, because also you're not changing lives with a $97 program. It's just not happening. So, if you want to have a big impact and you want to have really great results and you really want to make a difference for people, which pretty much everybody who follows me does, it's high ticket. It's high ticket. I will say that if you are like, no, I'm going to sell my $97, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then you are operating on fear. You have money issues that you need to resolve. And ultimately, you only think your process and your service is worth that much. No, Lindsay, it's $97. I just want to help everybody. I just want to be accessible to everyone. No, you don't. No, no, because think about it like this. For me and what I offer in my programs, okay? This is 20 years of experience, coaches that I've had, processes, massive wins and losses, okay? Team members to help consult with me, hundreds of clients running through the system and me perfecting it. And for me to show up after all that hard work and the kind of confidence I have in my program and to sell that for $97, no way, no how. And so always, I've never seen this to be an exception unless you were born, unless money is not an issue to you. You are not looking to generate revenue. You don't care if you lose money. Nobody's like this. Never talk to anyone like this, but maybe you're the unicorn. Okay. They don't need money. They just want to help people and give them this course. They kind of sort of want an online business. I don't know. Why would you go to online business and not want to make money? Because you have a hobby. So if you don't want to make money, then you have a hobby. If you just want to help everyone, that's not how you're going to help everybody. You can't do it. So no low cost offers. Where do they come into it? They come into it up the Millionaire Maker Business Blueprint, and it's a paid lead magnet. That is the only way that you need to be going in looking at these low cost offers. Don't do it. It'll screw you over. And you're selling yourself a incorrect bill of goods, thinking it's easier to sell something low cost than it is high cost. For you and your ego, possibly, because you don't want to face the facts that you don't value your own system or that you haven't had clients, the kind of clients you want. Okay. Final question. Fill out that application. Again, once those are gone, they are gone. Please fill out that question. Oh, thanks, Emily. How do I get more members to my WhatsApp group from Facebook and Twitter? So, Nigel, that is not my specialty. That is not how I would do it. Because, and I'll tell you why, Nigel, okay? I'll tell you why. Because you're going to be spending time. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, Nigel, but this is what I see. Okay. You're going to spend time getting people from Facebook and Twitter to your WhatsApp group. And you're going to maybe even build that WhatsApp group to 2,000 people. Okay. But because they're not targeted and you don't know who they are and you don't have a game plan on how to actually monetize that, then you'll just have 2,000 people. And very small bits of them will actually be your customer. And you won't really be able to convert customers from that because you didn't go into it with that plan. What I do recommend is that you focus primarily on Facebook and Facebook groups, Nigel, for you specifically, and then do an IO event and work on your sales calls. More one-on-one calls is what I recommend for you. Okay. Because I hate to see you. I see it all the time. I have this WhatsApp group and then it's 6 months down the road after they're all done being excited about it and they have no customers and now they have a chore. Okay. All of these great ideas that you have about marketing, they all become a chore when you're like not excited, or you like realize you get to the part in the process that I call informed pessimism. You start this process with uninformed optimism. You think it's so easy to create clients and everyone can do it. And all I have to do is like post on social and have an IO event. But you do this a couple times and it doesn't work. And so then you get to a phase called informed pessimism, where you're like, this sucks. This isn't going to work. I do not like this. And that's kind of where you're going to find yourself if you don't go in with a plan to make money and doing iterative marketing. Okay. Make sure you fill out the application. Those close tomorrow night. You're welcome, Nigel. Nigel, gotta go talk to people. I want you talking to people, seeing what they need, selling them something, get some revenue moving. Okay. Always revenue. Okay. Oh, we got one more. I'll answer this one. Biggest social media mistakes. Are you ready? Here you go. Number one, especially for these people who are going, who are like posting on social and they're ready to take it to the next level. Like their referral partners have dried up. They want to be in control of their own leads. They want to continue expanding their ecosystem to always have people to sell to. So here it is. The three biggest mistakes. Number one, you don't put it in a system. If you're posting your content every day, that's a huge mistake. You're too close to it. That is not what you should be doing. Okay. You have to put it in a system and batch process it, then look at the analytics and make improvements. So it needs a system. The second thing is you're overthinking it. You're posting and you're like, where's all the likes? And that my hair doesn't look good, and this doesn't look good, and this sucks, and I'm not posting it. And you overthink every single video, thinking this is the video that everyone's going to come in on, and it's not. Okay. People don't come in on one video. Maybe if you went viral, but still, maybe not. This is all about infinite game. Like I just mentioned, you're playing the long game. It's about all the posts, not this post. And so if you're looking at every individual post, you put your heart and soul into every post, you're going to be completely broken, because you're going to get disappointed every time when this works across, 60 posts or more. Next, pain points. You're not addressing them. You have no idea who you're talking to. So half the time you get on social media and you're talking to your girlfriend. The other time you get on, you're talking to your high school friends, and then your mom's out there, and then customers are out there, and other influencers are out there, and trolls are out there. So you get on camera, you have no idea who you're talking to, and it falls flat. So you got to know who you're talking to, what you're saying, how to get people off of social and into your programs, and how you're going to make money. Okay? So there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me for this AMA. Fill out those applications. Looking forward to talking to you. And for everybody who's in the Unlaunch Method, it's been a real pleasure working this week. We have one more bonus session tomorrow. Reach out with any questions. Don't forget to fill out that application. Okay? Time is now. Looking forward to talking to you, and I will see you later. Cheers to you and your success.